I worked with 100 black men in New York to help create the Eagle Academy, a high school for young African American and Latino men. That sounds kind of like she would support school segregation. I had to do a double take on that because I couldn't believe that was actually the case, but it is true. Um, Now, there's a caveat to this. Um, this is a type of school segregation that is actually supported by the communities or aspects of the communities. Um, so it's not, as though, it's all these, white Southern Democrats. And let's remember that Hillary Clinton is a white Southern Democrat. In fact, she was a white Southern Republican for a long time. Um, it's not as though, it's this white Southern Democrat that's, forcing, um, blacks into different schools. It's more like there are these groups of minorities, blacks and Latinos, that don't want to mix with white people. And the white Southern Democrat is cheerfully obliging. I don't really think that matters. I don't think that, if blacks are in favor of segregation in schools, then that makes it better. I think that the opposition to segregation in schools is something that's pretty absolute, or should be pretty absolute, and it's something that really should not be compromised on. And I would not really have any problem um, in, in really going after black people that are arguing in favor of segregation. I think that fighting black people that are in favor of segregation is no different than fighting white people that are in favor of segregation. Um, no matter how equal you think that separating yourselves out can make you. Like I say, I had to do a double take, and I looked into this, and it's legit, and it's really, really, really creepy and scary. That there is, in fact, still white Southern Democrats that are fighting to segregate the school system, whether they're doing it with the tacit approval of minority groups or not. So that is something that Hillary said. And in fact, if you look into this, you'll see that it's something she's been pretty consistent about. You don't read that in the news, do you? 6 weeks of garbage. Or 6 weeks of recycle, I should say. That's 3 months of garbage. But it's about time. And it now needs to come out. I ended up falling asleep a little after midnight. So the day starts, and I did get some sleep. So it's about 8 o'clock. Actually, it's about 7 o'clock. And I may get a little bit more sleep. We'll see if I can force myself or not. But I think I'm over this sleep for a few hours a day loop that I don't like. So things to do, but starting a new day, and hopefully this is one of the last days doing this archiving. We'll find out. It's actually relatively early. It's Canada, and it's April. I don't have a lot to complain about, except for the fluctuations. It's the changes. It's if it would just be cold and stay cold, or just be warm and stay warm. It's just the fact that it's been going up and down and up and down. That's what's been driving me nuts. So it looks like we're finally over that. Tomorrow, 24 hours more. Hey, hopefully I should be done archiving by then too. So all of this is working out. Hopefully, let's cross our fingers. There's also a lot of sun, which is nice. So it looks like things are getting better. Well, I've got my tax package mailed. They make me pay postage. I have been filling out my tax forms for what? 15 years? I have never paid postage on my tax. That is outrageous. Anyways. I mean, I bet the post office is gonna, think about that for a minute. If, 10 million people, and they each give you $1, the post office could very well make 10, 15, maybe $20 million on postage, on tax packages this year. That's outrageous. Keep in mind that there are, of course, costs involved, but considering that it's been postage paid for my entire life, that's going to cover the costs anyways. I should get something like $400 back, spread out over the year. It'll work out to around, $60 a month. So, well, the 60 and then plus the $100 for the GST. So I'll make the $1 back. But the point I was trying to make was that while it is still definitely cold out, it feels like spring, finally. Finally. I can't say I've been in there before, but I guess I'll miss ya. Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna guess actually that the place probably had a fire. That's yeah, look. There have been many suspicious fires in the city since I moved here. I suppose that's what happens when you have the highest unemployment rate in the country. This is Detroit, South Detroit. Same economic pressures. I pointed that out a few times, but it does seem to be the case that people were better off with the insurance money kind of thing. Or at least that's my fill in the blanks analysis from a great distance. Anyways, I'm getting some salami and then I'm going home. I continue to be denied my salami. And I do feel the need to vent. I am not out of salami. I have enough for a few more days. It just kind of wanted to get everything done today. It is nice out. This needs to be acknowledged. We're back to it. The weather is once again very pleasant. It is nice to have a return to pleasantness. If I was able to get my salami today, then I would probably be done grocery shopping for the month. However, I am going to need to go next week and get some more salami. alas. But at least it is pleasant. In fact, this may be the precise moment that spring turns over. It's mid-April. A few weeks late in the calendar, but about right. If anything, a little bit early. It's the sun. You can start to feel the warm part of the year sun. I don't want to say summer sun because it's something that you would experience more from March to September kind of thing, right? It's well, it's between the spring and fall equinoxes, right? It's around October that the sun starts to mute itself. And around April that it starts to make itself felt a little bit more. It's still windy, so it's, and the wind is kind of cold. So we're not there yet, but we're getting there. Anyways, my disappointment over the salami is palpable, but I will get over it and live another day.